Hey, my name is Bhavani Kola. Welcome back to another session of Face-to-Face to Online Transition. Today we will be looking at the whiteboard feature in Microsoft Teams. So without a further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. So let's go ahead and talk about what exactly is a whiteboard. A whiteboard is a digital canvas. It's an unlimited digital canvas that lets you collaborate in real time. Now you can use this for your office meeting, your online classes, problem solving, collaboration, team spirit. The options are limitless. So the next thing is, how do I get to a whiteboard? You can actually download an app, and I highly suggest using an app version because you have more functionalities than the web. So here I am in the app version. So you're going to go ahead and download your app. Where do you download it from? You go to your Microsoft.com, Microsoft Whiteboard, and you download it. It's absolutely free. That's the best part of it. Or you can go to your Microsoft Office 365 and you have your whiteboard right here. The best part of this is when you do it through Office 365, anything that you write or use your Microsoft whiteboard for automatically gets saved into your cloud. Now, the other way to get to your Microsoft whiteboard is using your Teams. So when you click on your Teams, when you start a meeting, so just say you start a meeting, I click on Meet Now. I'm going to turn off the camera. And when you click on share, you see that there's a whiteboard incorporated into your Teams meeting, which is a good thing. So every time you have a Teams meeting, the whiteboard is readily available for you. So I'm going to go ahead and hang up right now. And I'm going into my whiteboard app. So let's go ahead and create a whiteboard. When you click on your app, this is the interface that you see. You will have an option that says create a new whiteboard. You will click on it. And once I click, if you don't like the background or if you don't like the background image, you can go ahead and change that too. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to go step by step on different options that we have. To the rightmost corner, you have your settings. You will go ahead and click on that. You have the first one is your active pen. If you're using a Surface Pro and if you have a stylus, I highly recommend doing it. I'm using it from my desktop. I don't have a pen, so I disabled it. Ink to shape. So let me show you what that does. I'm going to go ahead, oops, wrong color. I'm going to go ahead and draw it. There you go. It automatically changes your shape into a perfect shape. So if I draw a circle, oops, there you go. That's a circle. If I draw a triangle, I think I picked the wrong one. I'm just going to go ahead and pick up darker color. There you go. That's what ink to shape does. So if you don't want that, you don't have to go ahead and check that. You can disable it. Ink to table. Let me zoom it in. The easy way to zoom is to use your mouse and zoom in. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. And what I'm going to do right now is I am going to move my unlimited canvas to the side and I'm going to show you how to create a table. Remember, the ink to table is checked right here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a table. There you go. That's a square. And as soon as you draw a line here, Microsoft Whiteboard automatically detects it to be a table and it's going to ask you, do you want to add a column? There you go. You can keep adding. Do you want to add a row? So this feature enables you to create a perfect table by just clicking the pluses or minuses. You can actually add and delete your rows. That's for that. I'm going to move my canvas to the side so I can show you the next feature. Object snapping. If you have more than one object, the object snapping actually enables you to snap your objects to one another, which is a good thing sometimes. The next option is export. You can export it in various forms. One is a PNG or your SVG file. Sending it to OneNote. Once you have everything collaborated and you think you're good to go, you can actually send your entire whiteboard to OneNote. You can post it in your Teams, which is a good thing. If you're collaborating with your class inside the Teams, this whiteboard can automatically incorporate it into your team. Now, formatting the background. I don't like the color. I can automatically change it. As you can see on the screen, it's changing. You can actually change the grid to a dots, to a square, to a graph. If you're working on math, different graph options. And as you keep scrolling here, you see various options that are available. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and keep a blue color, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm going to keep a blue color, and I'm going to make it a grid. That's good for me. That's for the background. The next one is toolbar location. As you see, my toolbar is in the bottom here, but you can change it to left. It has moved all the way to the left, if you see that. If I change it to the right, you will see that my toolbar, close. My toolbar is all the way in the right. Let me move the screen. It's all the way in the right. But for me, I like to keep my toolbar in the bottom, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it there. The next option is to clear canvas. Once you check clear canvas, your entire canvas is going to be cleared. And accessibility checker. So I'm just going to go ahead and show this to you. If you have a student with ADA compliance, then you might want to go ahead and check every diagram and every annotation that you have done so you can actually create an alternative text. Okay, that's for the accessibility check, and I highly recommend doing that because it's very important to keep in mind our students with extra services. If you have a feedback that you want Microsoft to change, you can go ahead and do that. Privacy and security. I like to use images from Bing, so I go ahead and make sure I check this. This lets me use images from the online services, which I would like to, and I'm going to go ahead and show that to you in a minute. If you need any help from Microsoft, go ahead and click that. It gives you the entire, it takes you to the website where it has help for the Microsoft Whiteboard. And if you want to know about Microsoft, you go ahead and click on About. Now that's for the settings part. Now the next one is your toolbar. This is where your majority of your functions take place. I'm going to go ahead and scroll my canvas. As you see, all I have to do is click on the mouse and scroll it. It's an unlimited canvas. You can keep going. And I'm going to show you what the toolbar does. So when you click on this one, it says switch to inking mode. So when I do that, it gives me different options. I have blue, black, red, rainbow, highlighter, eraser, scale, lasso tool. So I'm going to go ahead and graph a polynomial function here, right? And I'm going to graph a linear function. And if you want to erase it, you can go ahead and erase it. And if you want to increase the size of the eraser, you simply hold and drag it. And if you want to reduce it, just unclick your mouse. This is your highlighter. If you want to make sure you tell them your X and Y axis or different ways of using your highlighter, right? And your ruler, you can actually go ahead and use your ruler to draw a 45-degree angle. I'm going to use my ruler again to actually move it, right? You can do however you want. This is a beautiful thing that you can actually change the ruler. Where's my mouse? You can actually change the degrees by simply rolling your mouse, and you can see that it's changing here. That's a beautiful feature if you're teaching a geometry class and you want to show your students different angles. I'm going to uncheck the ruler right here. I'm going to move, I'm going to go ahead and move my grid. And the next option is add text. So when you want to add text, I'm just going to say hello, exclamation. Let me zoom this in so y'all can see. And again, I'm simply using the roller on my mouse to zoom in and zoom out. I'm just going to say welcome, another exclamation. And that's where I can actually move this to wherever I want, right? And the options that you have is you can actually edit the text if you want to. If you think you did a mistake, you can change the color of the text. I'm going to change it to black. You can actually like it. Like if you're having a collaboration class and you have your students type in some comments, other students can actually like their comments so you can see what's going on with your class if your class is interactive. And every time you type in a text, you will have an immersive reader. I'm just going to show it to you how that works. Immersive reader is for ADA compliant students. And you can see once you click on that, it will take you to a whole different page. You can actually increase the text size. You can change the background for students with vision disabilities. You can check for grammar options. I think this is too bright. Let me go ahead and change that. You have your nouns. You can check for your nouns. You can check for your verbs. I don't have anything right now. And you also have translating into different languages. Let's say your student wants to translate into, what do I pick? French. You can translate it by word or you can translate the entire document. So it says bonjour, ben, I can't say French, so, but, and they have an option to play it. Hello, welcome. There you go. That's a very good feature that Whiteboard provides for ADA compliant students. And the next one is, that's for the text part. And let me go ahead and show you. The next one is sticky note. You add a sticky note. I don't like the color. I can actually go ahead and change the color to different colors that I want. And again, you can go ahead and type in. Let me see. You can go ahead and type in your text. I'm just going to say hello again. Or you can actually write on it. I'm going to put a smiley face. So that's about the text. You can change whatever colors you want. And I'm going to add another text. I'm going to move my canvas to the side and I'm going to add a text right here. I don't like this color, so I'm going to change it to a blue and I'm going to like it. There's nothing in there. And you see that every note or text has an immersive reader option. So I'm going to say welcome. And then you have an immersive reader option right here. That's the coolest thing. And I love this feature about the whiteboard. So I don't have to worry about my students with special needs. And let's see, I don't want that. I don't know why I did that. The next one is adding a picture. You can actually import a picture from your library or your Bing and your camera as well. I'm going to go ahead and click on Bing right now so I can show you different options. And I am looking for volcano. And give it a minute to populate. And I think I like this image. When I click on it, it's right here. I'm just going to move my canvas again. So as you see that, your canvas is unlimited. You can simply move your canvas, make it smaller, make it bigger. So what I can do is I can enlarge the picture, right? You can make this picture as your background. So when I click on the lock image, the picture automatically becomes my background. And what I can do right now is I can actually show my students this is a volcano, this is the sky. I don't know, I'm just making things up as I go. And I can highlight this is the grass or trees or, and you can actually insert a text, a note in here and say very important question or, important. I'm just giving you options of how it can be done. And then students can actually like that too. And I'm going to scroll that away. One feature is, let me show you one more thing here. I'm going to go ahead and look for the Bing image and I'm going to say lungs. I'm looking for lungs and I'm going to go ahead and pick this picture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and ink grab. So when I ink grab, you see that? If you're teaching a biology or chemistry class, this might be very useful for you. So students can actually see or draw and actually annotate on it. So that's a good feature. I like that feature. And I'm going to move my canvas. This is my unlimited canvas, as you can see. The next one is note grid. So if you want students to type something, they can actually add notes here, right? That's a note grid. And if you want to have a list, you have a project coming up and you're planning a project, you can actually go ahead and list your tasks. And once your tasks are listed, I'm just going to say a script, video, and editing. Students can actually like. You can sort them based on their likes. You can sort them based on alphabetical orders, however you want it. And you see that everything that you do has an immersive reader and an alternative text. That is the best part of it. You can actually edit the name of this too. I'm just going to say to do. Moving my canvas again, I'm going to show you the template views. These are different template views. I'm just going to go ahead and click on effective meeting. Oops, that's too big. We're going to reduce it. And if you see that when I have effective meeting here, I'm going to expand this. I'm going to move this, and you see that tips for running effective meeting. Everything, the template is cleanly done for you. You have the agenda, you have the follow-up, and the best part is you can have various people collaborating at the same time. Let's say I think task one, I don't know what the task, but I'm just going to say task one is important, and then task two is second. You can actually move them up and down. You can actually move your tasks up and down and say, you know, task one is not that important or task two is not that important. You can actually move them up and down. You can even have them adding notes here. I'm going to add something, and if I don't like to add, I want to write something here, I can go ahead and write. Or if I want to change the ink, and if I want to put a picture here, I'm going to, what did I say, volcano or lungs? Oh, my lungs were supposed to come up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a picture here. So the collaboration is limitless. And let me show you one more template that I like. I like the template called KWL. I call it cool. It's a cool template. It's for education. So I'm just going to go ahead and click the template here. I'm going to move my whiteboard so you can see the template. This is what I use with my students majority of the time, what they know, what they wonder about, and what they have learned in that class. And when students are typing in, I'm just going to randomly plug in something here. Students are typing in something, and as an instructor, or if you're collaborating, other students can actually go ahead and like, and you can see what they're thinking and what's going on with your students. So, and what's the next one? You can actually plug in stickers of planets. I don't know, Monster Friends. I don't know where they have these options, but there you go. Monster Friends, Fruit Crew. You'll be right here, so you can plug in your pictures. And again, the pictures also have an alternative text option. Please keep that in mind all the time, every time. You can incorporate your PDF. So I teach a math class. I make my own worksheets, and it's very important for me to have those in there. So I'm going to incorporate my hypothesis project for right now, and I want to talk about it. When you import your PDF, it has an option to insert selected pages or everything. I'm just going to just click one page. I'm going to zoom in, and if you see that, you can actually write on this one, right? You can talk about it, and if you don't want it, you can actually erase it. So nice features. I like these features about Whiteboard. You can also incorporate your Word document or import your Word document or your PowerPoint document as well. And let's say you decided you're going to collaborate and you forgot to invite somebody. You can just simply go ahead and invite them. You can just type in the email address and they have the invitation. And once everything is done, you can export it, send it to OneNote or send it to your teams. So that's pretty much it about your whiteboard. I highly recommend you all to go ahead and play with it. If you want a bird's eye view, you can simply go ahead and zoom in. And as you can see, we started with the writing, tables, annotation, text, pictures. We pretty much covered everything in the whiteboard. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know and in the comments below so I can help you all better. And if you want to go back to the main page, you simply click this back button, and then you see you have all your whiteboards here. You can change the name of your whiteboard. I'm just going to say demo and done. You can actually invite your participants, export your whiteboard however you want it to. So the options are limitless. You can export it as a PNG to your desktop, to your OneDrive, wherever. And hope this helps.